Hey, what's up, all? This is a Me Sword Fighter little showcase of Chromciding. It's an attempt to help like metagame and all that stuff for this character. This character's cool. I kind of derailed, so it's kind of like making up for it. Anyways, we're gonna get into it. So we're gonna do all the basic stuff, nice stuff, talk about why it's good to not to do what, and then we'll showcase the best stuff at the end. So basically, we get a down throw up B, and you're thinking like, what? Yeah, it works on no DI, and I know not DI is bad, but just for the sake of clarity, we get this going on. What I want to explain real quick, though, is that for those who don't know, if you're up Bing from this position, you want to hold forward towards Falcon the entire time to the rise, but once you hit the character here, you don't want to drift anymore. You let Sword Fighter be in the driver's seat, you let them take the initiative, because they do it themselves. So here, you're able to snap to ledge right before Falcon even's like passing us. In this game, we have a 20 frame ledge hold frame timer, so in this case, we have some advantage here. But technically not, because once I be able to ledge drop down air one frame, we can down air on the same frame that Falcon can do immediately double jumping up B, or up air. And in this case, he does win. What I'll show is two scenarios to this example, kind of like the basic 50-50s that I gather will be the meta for this. But basically in this case, we can up B before he can up B, if he actually decides to trade. And then we get that, to which, he can't make it back anyway, because he used his double jump resource, right? I'm going to showcase the other scenario real quick of, like, directional air dodge. And that causes the trump, to which we can get back air, obviously, from that or whatnot. He has to immediately act and be reacting to that constantly. So, yeah, needless to say, that's a thing. You can do that. What I'll talk about now is a scenario that I think is a little bit more cool and interesting. It looks meta to me. It looks really cool. If you know this combo by now already, it's really slick. It's down tilt into attack cancel back air. And we're going to be able to do a runner, like turnaround sliding pivot to the floor as we land. We just go immediately standing grab. In this case, Falcon can spot dodge this if, he's mashing and we're not perfect. In that case, I don't know how to perfect this scenario to where we get a guaranteed setup, but, that's the thing. What I actually think is we could do down tilt, but instead of dashing immediately, we could dash for a few frames and then back air so that we're closer to Falcon, because he can't get this, he can't get away from that. So we can get another grab going, and now we're closer, to which I don't think he can spot dodge this. Okay, yeah, so we just need to attack cancel back air a little bit later in the dash. So there we go. We got the optimal play in the recording mid-recording. So same scenario here. The thing is, though, from here, you can't just up B from down air, or down throw up B. What you have to do to optimize this, to make it stylish, you have to dash forward for a couple frames, and then rising up B and hold towards Falcon. Because if you just did up B from standing down throw ending lag, you're not going to reach them in time, because the hitbox of Stalin Scabbard is very misleading. But same scenario, right? I'm pretty sure in this situation, after the ledge hold, we have +1 again, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the same thing, but extra steps. So again, if this happens, great job, whatever. But yeah, that's a thing. That's interesting aside. Now, what I'll talk about is a little bit better. Now we start talking about like percent stuff. I like to do up air here. If we do the sweet hit of up air, I think if we do sour up air, it's also confirmed. But the thing is, you're going to notice is that we're getting that hitbox, which is really good, because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're +6 in that scenario. Technically 5, but that scenario is pretty okay. I like to do sweet air because it's safe on shield. It gets our hitbox going. We can actually still hit this from this range too. We get this snap. And it's the same scenario, but this time we're +5. So we don't have to commit to whatever we want. It's just the same scenarios as before with extra steps, and we're a little bit more advantageous in frames. But that's not the best thing we can do. So we saw that when we did this hitbox, the rising scoop, wow, okay. That's why I don't use this move sometimes. But when we get this hitbox and we get the rising scoop, the initial rising scoop of that little launch angle you see, it's confirmed, like it's good, but that's not what we're supposed to do. If you want an optimal up B, you want the initial startup. The reason why is because when you get the initial startup and you get this hitbox confirmed, they get spiked down off stage and they're in way more disadvantage. I'll showcase that really quick. All we have to do is we get the up air, let's say it's 0. Is it unrealistic? Yes. Does it prove my point? Yes. We get this up air, we up B, and then they're right near it, so they can't air dodge this out if we're doing it really well. So we get this up air, we get this up B, and what happens is we get this hitbox, and it sends them so far down, we have to wait out 20 frames or whatever. But when they're getting sent off stage, they can't up B from this place. They're too far low. So if they try, they're going to die anyway. But then we can just also do that. If they jump and up air, that's the interesting part. I'm going to showcase that right now. We get this up air. We get this up B. They can't air dodge out of this. Cool. We get this. Now here, same scenario, right? Now if we wait out the ledge hold timer, we just down air. They can't up air immediately double jump if they really freak out. Because what's going to happen is they either lose or they trade or we just win anyway. And then the best example, in my opinion, is just forward air. Because if we can read a setup to where we can like watch this up, and if we can bait out the ledge attack and we see that they want a ledge attack, we just do the forward air and we hit this and they're dead. Because now we get this hitbox going. They can't air dodge out of this. And now they get spiked. And it's the same scenario, but even better, because we did it from a read that actually seems good. But up air earlier was also good, because that's also safe on shield. But yeah, needless to say, we just ledge drop. Down air. They can't up B from here. And if they do a rising, jumping, option, they have to do up air at some point. And if they do or don't, like I said, it trades, and we just win. So, that is Chromcide with extra steps. So, yeah. And just so anyone's clear watching this, just to make sure of something, the reason I think fair 1 to up B is the best thing we have for Chromciding is because, regardless of percents for both parties, let it be known that no matter what, this is true. And so, that's disgusting. TLDR, don't do this. That rising scoop, it's okay, but when you do it off stage and you get the spike, you're in less advantage. Because watch, I did this at 0, right? I get this hitbox scoop of the initial scoop, and it gets so much advantage. So guys, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, initial scoop. Don't do the rising scoop, do the initial scoop. So there you go. Thanks for watching.